So, first things first, how much of an influence have I been on the channel? Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen, how you going? So, today I am sitting in the role of the Bujin abroad. I'm coming to you live from Aotearoa, New Zealand in the South Pacific. We've got two special guests. Now, the thing about these guests is that they very rarely are guests. They're usually people doing the hosting. So we thought on BujinTV it was time we looked at we went behind the curtain. We saw behind the mask. We stepped back. We talked to the George Lucas and the Star Wars people, the people who create the magic. And so for the first time, we're going to get them together. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things regarding BujinTV. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't checked out the channel, then you can do so on this link right here. This link right here, okay? Right here should be appearing on your screen by magic, okay? And also this here, which is appearing above my finger, okay? This is what the channel looks like, so you know what it looks like. So go and check it out before you get into this. But I just want to take time to welcome our founders. Not the founders of everything, but the founders of BujinTV, the very venerable Sensei James Pankeiwcz, and the irascible Christian Romanelli, coming from Venezuela and Okinawa. Gentlemen, welcome. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Morning, kia ora. Good morning.
Good evening, Sensei. Kia ora.
BujinTV has come up to its first year anniversary. It's officially a year old, although I'm imagining in the planning stages it's probably quite a bit older than that. But what was the original impetus? What was the hope, the dream? What was the spark that created the idea for BujinTV? I guess we'll go to Venezuela first with Romanelli Sensei, and then we'll cross across to our correspondent, our Bujin abroad in Okinawa, James Pankeiwcz. So, Chris, what's your thoughts?
So the idea came up when I was training in Okinawa in 2019, because I wanted a place where my students could look for proper and curated content, to look for their katas and to learn about karate. So that's where the initial idea came up. And then the second step was look for the proper partner and co-founder. And that was quite an adventure, because at the moment I didn't know James. And I started looking on Facebook for people. And of course I knew about James' reputation. And of course I went to the dojo bar, but James was not there on the days I was. So I didn't have the chance to personally meet him. And it was through Chris Wilson that he introduced us at the beginning. So from there, we start talking, and we realized that we had first common values and common goals and common vision. And from that, we start building BujinTV. And I must confess right now that the original idea of BujinTV mutated so much, in a good way, of course, when James came in and gave his approach about BujinTV, and together we blend the vision that you are looking right now.
So, James, sort of similar question for you, really, I guess. You know, Chris has talked a bit about the impetus. What's your thoughts on it? Tell us the real story. Tell us really what happened.
Actually, so when Chris got in contact with me, when he first got in contact with me, you know, I get a lot of things kind of come my way, and I didn't immediately pick it up, but I thought about it for a little while, and then I went back to him, and as he says, you know, I kind of suggested into the core of his idea. And we developed the idea together from there. And I quickly realized that he actually had the capability to make it real. So, you know, there's a lot of, I have a technology background, but nowhere as deep and as skilled as Chris. But I realized that there are a lot of challenges in realizing the kind of thing that we were talking about, which is why not many people do it. But I realized quite quickly that Chris and people that he works with definitely had the capability to do it. So I was really excited about that. So you've got a great idea. like Chris says, you're thinking the same way, like minds, you know, not just in terms of like how this thing might be realized, but also sort of the values and the ethos that the way that we wanted to do it, right? And one of the first things that we defined was that kind of shared set of values, which includes, you know, wanting to push forward, wanting to innovate, wanting to always be curious and open to new ideas, but at the same time, show and support respect for the legacy and the traditions that we inherit, being fans of this art, right, that we do. So yeah, that all felt right. And again, you know, I've started a couple of businesses myself, and also, you know, trained with a lot of people in the martial arts world, and I've realized that relationships matter, right? You really have to feel comfortable with somebody in order to work with them, whether you're learning from them or whether you are, you know, going into business with them. And I had a great feeling with Chris from the start. And this year, I can't believe it, that a year has gone by already. I mean, we started working together on this probably 18 months ago in earnest. And we worked really quick, and we pushed to get things forward quickly. But yeah, years gone by, and the growth and what we've achieved with BujinTV is just amazing. And that's obviously not just Christian and me, it's everybody that's in our community now. Yourself.
Was of course, the COVID-19 pandemic, which has kind of kicked everyone's ass. And it's been interesting too, because I know for me in my own training, I've learnt more on a technology-based online virtual sort of platform to do lots of training and inspiration and all those sort of things. How have both of you navigated that particular, oh my gosh, that's an unexpected tidal wave, if ever I've seen one. Chris, what's been your thoughts around navigating COVID during this time and creating the channel?
Well, I wouldn't say COVID was the reason we created Bujin, but it was an accelerator. And at the beginning, there was a time where I was feeling like, oh, we are missing the wave. But when year has come by, and it's been a beautiful journey, and there are so many things I can share with you. But for example, even if James and I share the core values, we do not share the same culture. So sometimes it's been I wouldn't say a challenge. It's been a great learning process, understanding the British way, and I'm guessing he understands my Latin ways, and we have come along with that, right? And now we understand each other pretty good. But we have achieved that, and also during this year or the last month, I was thinking about how has been this year for me, and I've told James so many times. Bujin is like a karate class. So when I start doing karate, I was inspired by Bruce Lee, like I guess like 90% of the people, right? But after you do the first 100, the 100 Suki, oh, it's not as easy as Bruce Lee make it seem, right? And so we have had the times where we think, oh, this isn't as easy as we thought it would be. And what I keep telling James is this is like a karate. First year we only have first cue, so we have so much things to do. There are so many ideas we would like to accomplish, and we need to, and we look forward to do that, and with that same mindset, fresh mindset, beginner's mindset.